Hi, thanks for watching. Now, although there are many different ways to generate new customer leads for your business, consumer habits have shifted over the last couple of years because of the pandemic, and I want to show you how you can leverage local internet search volume to bring new leads in through your website for free. Well, basically at whatever it costs to keep your site live. Now, all these leads will be coming exclusively to you, unlike third-party sites like Angie's and HomeAdvisor. And just so you can see the value in it, I'm going to show you the amount of traffic and leads coming to the top competitors in the area, so you'll know what to expect. So for comparison, I've taken your website as well as I've done two searches based on your service area. So I took Boston and I'll take the top company here as well as Cape Cod, and I plug all the websites into this tool that I use. And it shows me all the information that Google uses to determine your position in search results. Now, I just want to briefly go over what these numbers mean. So as we go through your site, you can see what changes need to be made and then how they're going to affect your rank. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now this basically boils down to a popularity contest because this trust is built when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link called a backlink. And this acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you a quick example, if say the local news station did an article on their website for the top 10 best HVAC companies in the Boston area, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now these backlinks can come in a lot of different or from a lot of different places, including blogs, editorials, guest posts, press release. One strong and important type is what's called a citation, which that's where your name, address, and phone number are listed in any kind of online directory, including Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Super Pages. Now the good news is these directories are always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So as you can see here, based on the number of websites and the number of links that have been created, it would appear that you have more trust and more authority in the eyes of Google. But this highlights a very important factor that it is not just a matter of quantity, it has a lot to do with quality. So I don't want to get into a lot of detail here, but of the 203 websites that you have linking back to you, only 100 of them, about half, actually are going to send that trust through the link. It's what we call a do follow. And then if we dig a little bit deeper, as far as Google is concerned, when it's looking at those links coming back to you, it wants to make sure the website is trustworthy. So this domain rating is on a scale of 1 to 100, obviously 100 being the best. And it also wants to make sure that there's traffic going to those sites. Because if you have a link on a site but nobody's seeing it, it's not going to help you out. And if you have a link on a site that is not very strong, that's also not going to help you out. So as you can see, just quickly going through some of your links, we've got a lot of these blog spots. These are very cheap. They don't really help you out at all. There's zero traffic going to the site and they have no trust in the eyes of Google. So we have a lot of websites and a lot of links that just aren't helping you out. So of that half that you have that are actually sending trust, I would say about not even half of them. If we were to do this on a scale here, let's see, bring in the websites and we'll do it on a scale going down. You can see all the low-powered sites that are also taking away from the authority that's being built. So, like I said, this has a lot to do more with the quality of these links. So we want to make sure that we're linking back to websites that are trustworthy. They're relative to your service industry. So just a random blog post isn't very relative unless it's about home improvement, plumbing, HVAC, something like that. And they also want to be semi-local, 100% within the United States. The more local, the better. So that way Google can understand that it makes sense for you to link back to these partners. Now, the second factor for ranking on the page, and what has become an extremely important one as of the most recent updates, is the content on your page. So as you can see here, you're only being found for 23 keywords. So these are all the words and phrases that are being typed in the Google search that Google is either finding on your site or it's associating with your site. And then it also shows me the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where we do a little bit of research to try to find all the highest volume keywords relative to the services you want to be found in, as well as the services you offer, and then making sure that those are being included on your site. So for instance, I just did a quick search for HVAC Boston, and these are all the Boston keywords. So just to take this as an example, HVAC Boston is being searched 250 times a month. If you were on the first page of Google search, those 250 people would be seeing you every month. Now, Google Analytics says that of total search volume, an approximate 10% should convert into a lead when your website is ranked. So you're looking at a potential of up to 25 new leads per month. Now, obviously, you're not going to close every single one of those deals, and the size, scope, and profit margin varies greatly on each one of those, but you can just see how the sheer volume of leads coming in can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year, and that's just for one keyword phrase. So then repeat that same process for all the high volume keyword phrases, making sure that they're included on your site and your site's ranking for them, so that way all that traffic will be coming to you. However, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords on your site. So if we take a look at it here, as far as Google is concerned, it doesn't care about the layout. For a user standpoint, it's great that it's mobile optimized because a majority of people are on a mobile device. We have drop-down menus with all the information people could want, which is fantastic. But Google is just going to come in and being a computer, it's going to count all the words and text on your page. Now, generally, we recommend about 1,000 to 1,500 words on a home page, only because the more information you have, the more Google considers you to be an expert, and then the more likely it is to recommend you. Kind of like the difference between a single book and then a series of encyclopedias. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords. So any of the services that you want to offer and then the areas you want to be found in. Now, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're really only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 100 to 150 words of text on the page. So for every service that you want to be found for, we need to have 100 to 150 words of text. And then furthermore, because Google is putting such an emphasis on high quality content, not just total content, same thing, quality over quantity, it's actually reading that content. So if you want to qualify for, say, air conditioning in a certain area, then that 100 to 150 words actually has to be talking about air conditioning and talking about that area, so that way it'll qualify that specific keyword for Google. So as far as your homepage is concerned, obviously we want to look at the competition, and as far as the total amount of content, we want to make sure that you have more. So if this business has 1,500 words, we'd want to put 1,750 or 2,000. It's like any race. We just want to have more information. And then we want to make sure we're including those specific keywords. So this is what I call a buyer intent keywords. If somebody is just searching AC replacement, then they could be searching from anywhere in the United States. If somebody is searching HVAC, Boston HVAC, that means they're in the city of Boston and then they're looking for an HVAC contractor. So this is somebody that's ready to purchase, ready to hire you. So these are the types of keywords that we want to be including on the site. Now, what I did see is you guys are making good use of location-specific pages. So we make back pages for specific locations so you can rank in individual searches. So the home page will have, your home location and some of the major keywords. And then what I saw down here is we have individual location pages, which is great. So for instance, Wellesley is a pretty affluent area. This is a great thing. What I noticed though is every single one of these location pages has the same exact content. They just change the location. Google views that as duplicate content. It's called canonical, and it won't actually qualify that content or potentially won't even serve that page up to search results because it sees it as a duplicate page. So each one of these location pages, you would want to have specific content with the specific keywords for those pages. So if we go back to here, let's just say we want to put in Framingham. See what there is in HVAC Framingham. So HVAC Framingham is, there's some decent search volume. So we would want to be including these specific keywords on the specific Framingham page and then crafting the content around it to make sure it's not just copy and paste from all the other ones. So that way you can get all that search volume from this specific town, and Google will see you as extremely relevant because this entire page will be dedicated to Framingham. So if somebody is in Framingham searching, you are going to be one of the most relevant search results. Now, as far as the search results, the first thing that's always going to come up are paid ads. These can get kind of pricey because, as you can see, if we go back to the Boston HVAC, people are paying $25, $35 per click for each one of those ads, so it can get kind of pricey. However, this section right here is what's called the snack pack or the map pack. This is your Google business profile. This is a pretty lucrative area to be in as well because anywhere from 40 to 60% of the traffic comes right to here since it's at the top of the page. There are ways to optimize this, including filling out your profile, having reviews, getting as many of those citations, your name, address, and phone number. You want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. And then Google Rewards activity. So you want to be adding updates, posts, and more importantly, pictures to your profile. And then in those pictures, we actually go one step further and then we geotag them. We add a location and embed that longitude and latitude into the picture because Google can't understand where your picture is taken. It can only understand the information of the picture that's embedded into it. So if we embed that location when Google is searching, it sees that your picture is in a certain area, so it can understand your service area. So if somebody is searching near where that picture is posted, then that means Google is going to understand that you're a relative business to serve up in this because this is location based. So if your address is somewhere over here in like South Shore, and then somebody is searching in say Springfield, it's going to be harder for you to rank because Google is looking for location-based businesses. However, underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those high quality referral and backlinks is going to help you climb and outrank the competition. And then regardless of the location that somebody is searching from, as long as you have that keyword included on your site and your site's ranked for it, then you're going to come up in these search results and you're going to get all that traffic and all that volume. Going back to the pictures real quickly, if we just go here, just want to show you one more thing of kind of how it works as far as Google is concerned. Say Google's going to look at this picture. This is what Google sees. It sees the number 1. It doesn't understand what this picture is. It just knows this picture is number 1. That's not helping you either. So all these pictures need to have what's called alt text, meaning each picture has a complete description of what the picture is, your business name, location, any kind of modifiers or information to help Google understand your service area and the services that you offer. So all these things add up to what we call search engine optimization, SEO, so that way Google can really understand your business, what you do, where you do it, so it can make sure that it's including you in more search results. Now, sorry this was a little lengthy. I just kind of wanted to go into detail because you guys do have a lot of things going for you on the site. It's built out pretty well. You kind of need to do a few things on top of that to really optimize it. But if you have any questions or you'd like me to go in any further detail, please don't hesitate to reach out. We could talk about some of the goals for the business, and then I'd be happy to do some research to find out, what it would take for you guys to reach those. And I just appreciate always getting feedback as well, just to find out if information like this was useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I appreciate your time.